Well, let's get you ready for tonight's rain. And of course, if you're in the North Bay, you're like, oh, yeah, already got that. You see the showers that are coming into the North Bay right now. And it's difficult to tell when one system ends and another one begins, but this is an entirely separate system than the rain you had this morning. And that's an important distinction to know because it is going to behave somewhat differently. The rain's going to get a little heavier. And this line of rain sitting out here off the coast, if we look at the wider view, in fact, let's just go a little bit wider now and take in the radar where we can get the lightning detection on it. There has been lightning detected in the last hour in that band of rain. You're going to see a little spark of lightning that shows up there on the monitor. In fact, there it was at about 5:35. Now, there hasn't been a whole lot yet, but there's more coming in that. So tonight you could get awoken by a rumble of thunder when the heavier cells of rain move overhead. Speaking of which, let's go find those and time them out. So let's get our vantage point where we're looking out this way. And I'm going to take us from live radar and put us into the Futurecast where we're going to watch some of the heavier bands of rain arrive. And you can see they show up in a couple of hours, at least slightly heavier. But this is not what I'm talking about. You might get some lightning in that. But it's really that line right there. This is where we left off in the last visit. So there's your cold front. A little before 10 o'clock, if you take a look at where it is, I'll clear off the imagery just so you can see where we are. It's going to start right around 9:45 in the North Bay. And then from there, it's going to slowly march its way in across, get right across the city. That gets us to right about 11 o'clock midnight when it's come right across the heart of the bay. And I think in this case, it is helpful when we watch this for perspective, see where we are. It's going right across the peninsula at that point, heart of the bay. We'll take it from that point now, bring it back, and play it forward from there as it continues to march southward and gets down into the South Bay once we get into like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So this will be your chance if you're going to hear any of it. Think of this as like phase one of the storm. It's the most impressive part. This is when the rainfall will be the heaviest. It's also when the wind will be the most noticeable. 30-mile-an-hour gusts probably coming along with that line. All right, let's get our wide view. Because from that point on, what we get is just kind of the leftover energy. So we'll continue to see scattered showers. I'm letting it play a little faster now, just because it will be on again, off again showers through the morning commute. And you can see by the time we get to about 10 a.m., things will clear out. And then we'll pretty much be done. Maybe a few stragglers might skirt the inland East Bay tomorrow afternoon. But the majority of the rain will be done really by about 10 in the morning. I'll put some totals on it in a second. Let's keep that wide view in the water out here. I'm going to put the wind streams on the map because I want to time out when the strongest of the wind will come on shore. You can actually see the cold front when we look at it this way. Keep your eye on the timestamp over there and watch. The cold front is going to come right there. See it? See that line? That gets us to like midnight tonight, 1 a.m. That's when we can expect the strongest of the wind. Should we come back up here now and put a little more detail on that? Why don't we? We'll see how the wind, after we look at rainfall totals, it's maybe about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain tonight. But to go along with that, the cold front comes through and we see some of the stronger winds pick up around 11 a.m., midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And then that should pretty much be the peak of it. And things should start to calm down from there. All right, let's come back to the map for one more second. I want to show you how it's going to feel tomorrow with all of that. We will get the temperatures on here, and you're pretty much going to stay relatively cool. A lot of these numbers really are going to struggle to get out of the mid and upper 50s, whether we're talking about from Monterey or all the way up towards Santa Rosa. There's really not a whole lot of change here. So in the 7-day forecast, one more chance of rain after that one. Shows up by the time we get back here. Doesn't look real impressive. Maybe a few light showers, really, Wednesday into Thursday, 1/4 of an inch of rain. It looks much weaker than it did just a few days ago, but it's still there. Still have a chance of rain for Thursday, and then we should get a break as we approach next weekend.